Let me start with a scenario that might feel familiar. You have a high-performing manager, sharp, reliable, delivers on targets. But over the last 6-8 months, you start noticing subtle shifts. Decisions are taking longer, they're more cautious in meetings, probably even stop sharing ideas in meetings. They hesitate before taking ownership on critical calls, and their team starts reflecting the same pattern. Nothing is broken here, but something is slowing down. And then one day they resign, or you feel the need to let them go because it's not working out anymore. Not because of compensation or role mismatch, but because they're exhausted. Now multiply this across teams, across functions, across leadership layers. This is not an isolated incident. This is what most organizations are dealing with today. Capable employees, but weak leadership skills. Strong hiring, but weak retention of high performers. Increasing burnout despite engagement initiatives. Leadership spending more time managing people than driving growth. And here's the impact. Slow decision cycles and drop in productivity, drop in ownership, and increased attrition rates. And revenue velocity, it is reducing as we speak. Now globally, there are some hard facts based on research. 50% of voluntary attrition is because of burnout. Replacing an employee costs between 1.5 to 2 times their annual salary. Cognitive overload of your employees reduce their productivity by up to 40%. And here's the good news. Organizations with high internal effectiveness see up to 21% higher profitability. So this is not just a people challenge. It is a performance and revenue challenge. Most organizations respond to this with leadership training, communication workshops, performance coaching. While all of these are necessary, they don't sustain because they assume the problem is behavioral. But behavior is not a starting point. It is the output. You can train them on decision-making framework, but if their nervous system fears the unknown, their decision will always be delayed. You can rely on them to drive growth, but if they function from a space of people-pleasing, it affects their ability to delegate, take hard decisions, and even speak their minds in front of higher authority. And you end up getting yourself a yes man. The real driver is how employees respond internally under pressure, uncertainty, feedback, and expectations. Let's take a simple example. 2 managers, same experience, same skill set. One stays composed under pressure, takes decision, holds presence. The other overthinks, delays, reacts, or withdraws. The difference is not capability. It is internal regulation. And that internal response is governed by the nervous system. This is where the emotional fitness program is fundamentally different. It is not a behavioral training program. It is a performance conditioning system. It focuses on rebuilding leadership identity with presence and power, not as a personality trait, but as a regulated internal state that drives consistent performance. This program addresses the real patterns affecting performance and thereby needs your attention. Why high performers burn out despite capability resulting unsatisfied outcomes for the organization. Why under pressure your leaders feel stressed and reduce output, not just for themselves but for the entire team. Why do employees react before they think in critical situations, leading to conflicts? Why overthinking delays decisions? Why anxiety shows up in leadership roles? Why authority creates hesitation amongst your leadership presence, be it an intimidating investor meeting or a high-stake client? Why do you see your leaders not being adaptive to change? Why senior leaders express imposter syndromes? Why visibility and influence feel uncomfortable? As an organization, these are behaviors that don't just impact leadership. It influences your faith in your leaders, slows the growth process, and you think twice before setting up a higher goal for yourself without replacing your people. And the cost of that is over the roof, isn't it? Instead, it is the organization that suffers and is constantly in survival mode. This program is designed as a scalable performance system, not a one-time intervention. Each topic is delivered through 3 structured modules. 1, identifying the internal pattern affecting performance. 2, regulate and shift that response using mindset rewiring and somatic techniques. And 3, reinforcing through practice and self-assessment. Now you may ask, how is it different from the trainings that you already do for your people? This is critical. Unlike traditional training, employees don't just learn what to do or get a blueprint of do's and don'ts from a workshop. They learn how to respond differently in real time because the shift happens at a deeper level in their nervous system. When internal response improves, performance stabilizes. A Harvard research says organizations that invest in nervous system regulation of their employees typically see 15 to 25% faster decision making, 20% improvement in ownership and accountability. They also see a reduction in burnout-driven attrition. One takeaway from these studies is that when managers improves their effectiveness, their team's performance improves up to 3 times compared to low improvement environments. This is compounding impact, which leads to some serious business impact because faster execution undoubtedly causes improved revenue realization. And reduced attrition promotes lower replacement cost, and better leadership will always boost team productivity. My understanding of this comes from my 25 years corporate experience in leadership roles, where performance, timelines, and expectations are constant. However, I have witnessed senior leaders with incredible pedigree and experience drop their presence under pressure, unable to build a trusting team and uncomfortable with their own visibility. And I realized after working closely with them that the gap is never capability or skills, but internal belief systems that shapes their leadership identity. My work focuses on solving that gap, so performance is not just achieved, but sustained. And organizations can focus on one thing only: growth. Let me help you build a workforce that supports that goal. If you are currently seeing inconsistent execution, rising attrition, and leadership fatigue in your organization, then this is not something that will shift with more training hours. It requires a different level of intervention and a deeper one. Happy to walk you through how this can be implemented based on your team structure and business goals. You can use the link below to schedule a conversation or write to me directly at gargi@mirag.in. In today's environment, the organizations that scale are not the ones with the best talent. They are the ones where talent performs consistently under pressure. Make that shift happen for your organization.